To log in as an admin, you can give the username as admin and the password will be admin123, which is set as default for the applications. You can change the password, that is admin123, once you log into the application, but the initial default password will be admin123 and the username will be admin. So once you log in, you see the screen. This is the dashboard of our applications. In dashboard, you can see varieties of options, that is the different modules, and iconic view of the different modules available in Fedena. On the top header, you can see the college or the institution name. On the right side, you can see three options, that is a messaging or an internal messaging system operations option, and a direct user profile page, and a logout button. And then you can see easy nav links, user-friendly nav links, and the three on the topmost is the latest announced news by the admins. Whatever news is announced by the admin to the institutions, and the latest 3 news will be published and displayed on the dashboard, that is top on the dashboard. And the other things you see, like admission, student details, manage users, manage news, examinations, and up to finance are the core modules of our applications. And other things like library, transport, hostel, and options you see under more, that is applicant registrations, custom imports. These are the add-ons or the plugins of our applications. So I will go through the applications according to the workflow. So to start with, first you have to go for the settings module. Here you find various options like general settings, managing of courses, students categories, subjects, SMS module, etc. So the first one you have to go for is the general settings options. I can set the school name, college address, the basic details of colleges, etc., like the student's attendance type. Our application runs mainly in two types of attendance, that is a daily wise and a subject wise. Daily wise means you can mark the attendance for the forenoon and afternoon sessions, whereas the subject wise attendance type provides you to mark the attendance for every subject or every hours of the institutions or a day. And you can give the financial start date and end date. You can set the language. Our application is available in more than 10 languages. You can set the applications in any of your preferred language. You can set your time zone. You can set the country, your currency tag, and also you can see an option where you can upload your school logo. So whatever logo you upload here will be displayed on the login page as well as in the other PDF reports or the print reports. And then other options available are the network state. You can set the state of the application either online or offline. Online is more versatile than offline because offline state online exams and other online activities of the application doesn't work in offline states. So to set online, then the application will be more versatile. Then you can integrate the Moodle. You can set the grading systems. You can set the theme for the applications. And also the 4 options. That is an auto increment of students' admission number and employee number, first time log, change password, and enable oath. The first 2 options, that is auto increment of student admission number and employee number, is for an example. First you admit a student as 01. So when you go for the second admission, the application will automatically increment the student admission number. If you want to enable the option, you can enable in the general settings page. And if you want to change the password for the first time login, you can enable the option. And if you want to integrate the Google Apps, you can enable the oath and update so that you can log in to the application using your Google accounts. So this is the basic configuration settings you have to do first when you log into the applications. That is the general settings option available in the setting modules. Next, To move on, after doing general settings, you can move forward with the manage course and manage batch. This is the option from where you can create courses and create batches available in the institutions or the school. We will see how we can create the courses available in students. You can see a list of list of courses created in the screen. To create a new course, go for the option new on the right side. You can see a page where you can give the details about the new course you want to create. You have to provide the course name. Course name can be, for example, if it is a school, it can be standard 1, standard 2, grade 1, grade 2, etc. Section name refers if there is different sections available for a course like section A, section B, section C, you can define, or else you can leave it blank even. And a code means a unique code that should be given for every courses. For example, it is a standard 4. If you have provided a section name A, the code can be standard 4A. Set the grading systems and give the initial batch detail. Batch details can be 2012 to 2014, yeah, morning batch, afternoon batch, summer batch, winter batch, etc. You can give the details you want. You can give the start date of the batch, whether it is from January 1st. And then save it. You can see the created course here, that is standard 4A. If you click it, you can see the active batch, that is standard 4A 2013 to 2014 batch. If it is a case of institutions or colleges, it can be for an example, it can be you can give a section name, that is first semester, give a code, and give a batch details, and set the start date and end date. You can see the course created, that is basic human resource course, first semester, and if you click it, you can see the batch, that is winter batch 2013. These are the few examples how you can create different types of courses in the applications using the option manage course. If you go for the option manage batch, you can find different details like take a course. And if you click on the active batches, you can see the list of students who is undergoing the course. You can go for the different subjects if you want. If you go for the manage subjects, you can see the different subjects available for that class or batch. You can go and check the examination details. If you want to edit any details, you can edit the details of the batch. If you assign tutors for this particular batch, you can assign tutors, etc. So a manage batch helps us to manage the batch in more details, like the examinations details, the subject details, the tutor details, etc. Okay, so we'll move on. And next one, in the settings options, the option that is manage students category. In the manage students category, you can see on the screen different types of categories available in institutions. So that while student admission, the student can be admitted to different categories available in the institutions. The student category will differ according to the areas, like it can be general categories, merit students or management students categories. It can be staff students, residents, non-residents. You can create any type of categories which is available in the institution, so that during the admission process the students can be categorized to different categories. And also while creating fees or creating discounts, you can create fees for a particular categories of students, etc. And the next option, that is go for manage subjects. In the manage subjects, you can see two options, that is add normal subjects and an elective group. Normal subjects is in case where like a mandatory subject for the whole batch of students, like English, Maths, etc. is a mandatory subject for all students. So the examination will be conducted and the marks can be entered. So the normal subject means if 30 students are in a batch, the 30 students have to study the normal subject. But in the case of elective group, take an example, some schools provide the or give a chance to elect a particular subject among two or three subjects. Like for an example, if you have 30 students, 15 students can choose French, 15 students can choose Spanish, 15 students can choose German, etc. So if the students are able to select the area of specializations, they can use the new elective group. Else you can create the normal subjects. So to create a subject, click on the add normal subject, give a name, it can be, give a code, how many weekly classes will be available. You can create as many normal subjects. If you want to create an elective subject, first you have to create an elective group, give a name, elective group, and inside the group, create subjects. Example, you can go for an add, If you want to add one more subject, you can add one more subject to the elective group. You can see an option assign student. This option enables the interested student to select. That is, if 10 students in Spanish subject, you can go for the option assign students, and you will get a list of the students, and you can tick for the student who are interested to go undertake the Spanish subjects. As now there is no student admitted to this particular batch, the student list is blank. Else you can see the list of students who is admitted to the batch, and if the particular students want to choose the Spanish subject, you can tick for them and assign the subject to them. And next one, that is add admission additional details. Some institutions will ask for additional details like passport number, passport expiry date, the medical reports, etc. So if you want to add any additional fields, that is, if you want to have any additional details from the students during the admission process, you can create fields here so that during the admission page you can get the fields and that can be filled. So once that position is added, we can go for add employee department. The department can be different types, that is computer department, English department, primary department, system admins, or any types of departments. You have to give the name and a department code and click the options create. The next one, that is add employee grade. We can add employee grade. The grade means is equal to the hierarchies or the levels of teachers. For an example, grade A teachers, that is highest level, who has given highest priorities teachers like principals, HODs, or dean of the institution will be given the highest grade. So you can give the name, can grade A or level 1 or level 2, grade B, anything. The priorities, how you give the priorities, whether they are the first priorities, second priorities, maximum period per day and maximum period per week. These fields are used for the timetable calculation. That is, take an example, grade A, where the HODs and the principals are being put under. They will be having minimum maximum period per day. That is, they will be handling almost 1 or 2 periods per day, or maximum periods per week will be 5. But take an example for the teachers. They will be given the priority third or the second level, but their maximum period per day and maximum period per week be comparatively high, that too of the HODs or principals. So you can set it here, and this calculation will be done in the timetable sections. We can see a list of grade created on the screen. And the next one, that is add payroll category. This is regarding the payroll or the pay slips of the employees. There are only two types of tables you can create, that is the earning categories and the deduction categories. Earning categories means it will be added to the income or the salaries of the employees, whereas the deduction means it will be deducted from the salaries. You can give a category name. It can be allowance, basics, or something. And take an example. If allowance is a 5% of basics, you can set it so. You have to create a give the category name as allowance. Give the percentage amount and select the percentage category. If it is a deduction, tick for it and then create. So that you can create two types of tables, that is earning category, earning tables and deduction tables. The next one, that is bank details. If the admin want to give fetch the bank details of the employees, you can create fields that is bank account number and bank name, so that during the employee admission, these fields will be asked in the employee admission page. This is the same case in add employee additional details. That is, if the admin want to get additional details like the passport number of employees, he can create fields here, and this will be asked again in the employee's admission page. So once you do the HR settings, the next step you have to go for is management, where you have two options, that is employee admission and employee subject association. So the first one you have to go is the employee admission, from where you can see how the employees can be admitted to institutions. So here you can see the employee number. Here also the employee number should be unique, because the employee number will be the username of the employees to log into the applications. The username will be E9 and the default password will be E9123. Also, the employees can change the password once they log into the applications. So give the joining date, first name, here you can select the department to he should be admitted. Job title, qualification, experience info, personal details. You can also upload the user photos. And so the first page of employee admission. Second page is the contact details, where he can provide the home address details, office address, contact details, etc. For a while I will just skip this step and go for the third page, is the bank details. Here, as I created in the HR settings, bank name and bank account number will be available. Next one will add admission details as the license number, and save it. And this one is a setting of the user privileges. The admin can provide and assign any privileges. The privileges are mainly of quite different types, that is the admission or administration operations, then student management, system settings, academics or social activities. The admin can set any privileges. That is, for an example, if the admin want to give this present employee the admission privilege, he can tick for the admission privilege, so that this present employee with user ID E9 can manage the admission process. Once he has updated the privileges, we will be forward to the next page, where we have to set the reporting manager. Every employee needs a reporting manager, so that whenever he applies for a leave, the leave application will be forwarded to the reporting manager. You can search by the name, click on the name and save and proceed. Next one will be payroll, so you can set the payroll. Once the payroll is set, go for the option finish, and you can see the employee profiles. For the details, you can go for the profile details, salary details, leaves, and other options like more. So this is how the employee admissions are done in the institutions. Next option in the employee management was employee subject associations. That is, if you want to associate a subject to an employee, for example, if you want to associate math subjects to any teachers, select the department and click on the option assign. so that that particular teacher will be assigned to that particular subject for that particular batch. The benefit of assigning a subject to the employees is that you need not set extra privileges. So once the employee is associated with the subject, he will be getting the control over the subjects. That is, he can mark the attendance for the subjects, or else he can enter the marks for the examination created for the subjects. He can create assignments for the subject, etc. You need not set any other extra privileges. So once the subject is assigned to an employee, you automatically get control over the subject. The next option, that is employee leave management. Here at leave types, that is admin have leaves available in institutions. You can see two types, that is a casual leave and a medical leave. Just give a leave name, leave code, the maximum leave count, how many leave can be taken, and go for the options create. So once the admin creates the different types of leave, that when an user log into his account, he can choose while applying for a leave which type of leave he requires. And next one, that is attendance register. Select department, and you can see the attendance register for that departments of teachers. Consider if an employee is on leave without any early notifications. If the admin want to mark the absence of the employees, click on the date and he can get a page where he can mark the absence for the employees. And you can check, you can see a cross marks indicating that the employee is on leave. Later, if the admin want to edit the details, or he can again click on the date. If he want, he can update, or else if it is a delete, he can go for the delete option also. This can be done either by the admin or any user privileged employee. And also, that is an attendance report. That is, if the admin want to get the attendance report from the department, he can check it. And if you want to check more details about any employees, click on the name and you can get more details. That is, how many leaves was taken, how many leaves are available, etc. And if the admin want to reset the leave for the employee, he can use the option set leave. The next one, that is create pay slips. The creation of pay slips or the salaries are mainly are divided into two steps in the application. That is, first one, that is the human resource or the HR department will be creating the pay slips towards the end of the month. So the first part will be done by the HR sections, whereas the second part, that is the approval of the pay slips, is done by the finance admin in the finance sections. That again, you can find a payslip option in the finance module. But the first part, that is the creation of the payslips, is done by the HR from the HR sections. To create a payslip, go for the option create payslips. Like the employee, select if it is for individual, you can select the department. Click on the department on the employee name and click on the option create to create the salary slip for that particular month. In other case, if you want to create the payslip for all the employees in the institution, go for one-click payslip generator, set the date and click on the option go. And the next other two options, that is one-click payslip revert. That is, if you want to revert the action of creation of payslips for a particular month, you can go for the option one-click payslip revert. And as I said, the rejection or the approval of the payslips is done by the finance sections. If any employee's payslips is rejected from the finance sections, those payslips will be available under the option rejected employees. The other two options, that is employee search and employee payslips. The employee search option is to search any employee details. That is, you can go for the option just search the employee name and view his profiles. The other one, that is employee payslips. That is, if you want to see the pay for any employees for any month, you can go for the options and click view. so that the admin can view the pages generated for a particular month. So that's about the HR sections. And if we move on, next one, that is a manage user. Manage user is a module where admin manage any type of users. That is, he can edit the details of students, parents, or employees. That is, if you want to edit the details for an employee, he can select role employee, select department, and select any one employee name and go for the option view profiles. The admin can view his profile and edit the details. If the admin want to change the password, he can change the password for the employees. If he want to edit the privileges for this employee, he can edit the privileges. So the admin has the privilege to manage or edit the details of any users. This option is available only in the admin module, so admin account. And the next one, that is manage news. That is, if an admin want to add any particular news, go for the option add, give a title and a content. You can give a content. And publish the news. Any users like students, employees, or the parents can leave a comment and submit their comments. Once a news is added, the latest 3 newses will be available on the dashboard. Will be the same view when we log in as a student, when we log in as an employee, or when we log in as a parent. The next one, that is the examinations. This module manages the examinations part of the institutions. So you can see the different types of examinations options. That is, first one is settings, then exam management, and a generate reports and a report centers. The last one, that is an online exams. This is actually an add-on module where the admin can create an online exam for the students of different batch, and the students can appear for the online exams from their accounts. So the first one, that is the settings. Here you have 4 options. That is, first you can set the grading levels. If you want to set the ranking levels, you can set the ranking levels. If you want to give the class designation, you can give the class designations. And if you are following a CC settings, you can go for the CC settings also. To set the grading levels, we can see the different types of grading levels here. It can be set either as common, or else you can also set as different batches. This is the same of ranking levels. If you want to set the ranking levels for any course, select the course. You can give the name, the other details, and you can create the ranking levels. Also, you can set the class designations for different courses. That is, give the name and marks percentage and go for the options create. If you are using the CC settings, you can go for CC settings. So once you set the grading levels, ranking levels, and class designations, next you put exam management, where you can ask for different courses, where you can enter the results. In exams, first select the course, select the batch. you have an option new here. Give examination name. It can be, for example, unit test 1. Examination type, whether it is marks, grades, or mark and grades. Give the maximum mark, minimum mark, the start time and end time. So once you had entered the details, you can go for the option Save Changes. Now you will get an option where you can publish the exam schedules. So once the exam schedules are published, if the SMS system is activated, the students will be getting an SMS notifications, or else you can also see it in the calendar. You can see a blue mark which shows the examination. Click on the blue mark, you will get. So once the exam schedules are published and exams are conducted, a next stage is to enter the results or enter the marks. To enter the results, click on the first examination name and then on the subject and then enter the marks. You need to enter the marks and the grade will automatically calculate one if it is set. So once the examination marks are entered, the next step is to publish the exam results. So once the results will be published, again the students and the parents will be notified about the same. And now we can create as many of examinations under a particular batch. If you want to see, consider if you have created 2 exams and if you want to get the 50% of first exam and the 50% of second exam, that is if you want to group 2 exams, you can use the option connect exams. If you go for the options, you get the list of exams and then tick for it and give the weightage and then save. And for creating the exams, and the next step is to generate the reports. For that, go for the option generate report. Click generate. And the next step, to view the results, you can use option report centers. That is, you have different options to go for the exam. Twice, select the exam group and go for the option U. You can see the exams report. Also, you can see a small graphical representations regarding the students' marks and class average. You can get the consolidated reports, and it can be also exported to the PDF. The different options available are subject-wise reports, a group exam reports, and other reports as you see in the screen. You can also generate the students' transcripts and get the combined reports, etc. The other option available in the exam module is the online exams. As I said, the online exam is an add-on module through which the admin can create online exams and the students can appear the online exams from their respective accounts. The next one, that is timetable creations. For the timetable creations, first you have to set the weekdays. It can be set as batch or it can be set as common for the institutions. Next, you have to set the class timings. That is, set class timings, like it can be set for batch or else it can be set for as common. To add a class timings, click on the option add, give a name, give the start time and end time. If it is a break, tick for break and then save. So once you set the weekdays and class timings, next you can create timetables. You have to provide the start date and end date. That is a timetable period. If it is a financial year, that is if it is starting from January to the next February, you can give the start dates from January. And once you have set the start date and end date, you can go for the timetable creation. To create a timetable, for select a batch and it will be sorted on weekdays and select a subject, and you can get the list of the subject teachers on the down. If you want to assign the Monday first hour, Tuesday second hour, Wednesday third hour and Thursday fourth hour to this particular teachers, first tick on the boxes and then drag the teacher's name to any one of the box. Then the class periods will be automatically allotted to these employees. And for an example, if you want to delete any entries, go for the click on the red buttons and remove the entry. If you want to change the subject employee subject association, go for the options employee subject association on the side. So once you create the timetable for different batches, next move, that's where you can get the attendance register for the stress. Click on the attendance register, click on the batch name, and you can get attendance register. consider if this particular be sorted according to the class, sorry, the weekdays. Consider this student is on leave on this particular day. If the class tutor or the admin want to mark the absence, click on the day and give the reason, and then add. It will be marked as gross. Also, to get the attendance report, click on the attendance report and select the batch. Select the mode, and you can get the attendance report. If the admin want to check more details, click on the student's name, and you can get the leave details for a particular student. The next one is the finance sections of the application. Finance deals with the managing of the fees, managing of the approval of the payslips, employees, and the transaction report. To go for the to manage the fees, you have different options like creating fees, fee collections, and fee submissions. First, go for the creating of fees. First, create a category. You'll get a window. Give a category name. If you want, you can give a description or select a batch and go for option save. Once you create the master categories, now you can add as many per one. That is, select the fee categories. You can give the book fees. You can give the amount and go for the option create. You can also add as many it can be for the if you want to assign the tuition fees only for some student with a particular admission number, you can tick for the admission number and give the admission number, or else if it is for a particular categories of student, you can tick for category and select the categories, or else if it is for all students, tick for all and give the amount. So once the categories and particulars are added, and if you want to set a discount, you can go for the option create discounts. Here the discounts can be created. The various discount types are, you can create a discount for batch. If you want to create the discounts for a particular student's category, you can create the discounts for a particular category, or else if it is for a particular student, you can create the discount for the student. So after creating the next is to set the fee collection dates. Go for the options create fee collection and set the date from where the fee should be collected from the students. Select the collection name, set the start date, end date, and a due date, and go for the option create. So once the fee collection is successfully created, it will be available in the calendar with the due date, or also there will be an internal messaging system where the students will be notified about the fee collection dates. So once the fee collections dates are announced, now you can submit the fees. For fee submission, go for the option fee submission by course, select the value, and you get the fees details. It can be also in the partial, that is considered if the student has bought only 2000, you can pay the fees, and also a partial payment receipts can be printed and can be also done in a partial payment. To migrate to the next student's page, you can use the side option, side arrow marks. The other options available in the fees are fee structures. That is, if an admin want to see what is the fees collected from any student of any batch, he can go for the option fee structure. And the fee defaulters, that is, we set a due date during the fee collection. If the student didn't pay the fees after the due date, those students will be listed under the fee defaulters. And the next two option, that is fee import and instant fees, are actually an add-on module. Fee import means where you can import fees from any students that is considered if you had a new admission for a particular class, and if you want to disable this fees collection as this student has already paid the FEB fees, and if you want to disable the student from this collection, you can untick and assign so that FEB collection won't be assigned to that particular student. So you can import the fees from any students. And instant fees means if you want to collect a fine amount instantly without creating any categories or without creating any particulars, you can use the option instant fees and instantly collect the fees from the students. The other options available in the finance sections are categories. You get as many as finance categories, like you can see donation fees, instant fees. These fields, finance categories, are automatically or default by the applications, and the other like expense, income, school income. And if you want to create any new categories or finance categories, you can go for the option create finance categories and save it. If you want to enter any donation details, you can give the donor name, the descriptions, and the amount and add. And if you want to get the donors list, you can use the option donors, where you can get the list of donors. And the payslip, as I said, the creation of the payslips was done in the HR section, and now next the step is to add payslips. Our payslips can be approved individual wise. It can be one-click payslip approval for our employees. If you want to go for the individual wise, select department, click on the option view, and you can see what is the payslip generated for a particular amount. The finance admin can either approve or reject the payslips. Or else if the finance admin want to approve the payslips for all the employees with one click, you can go for one-click approve payslips, select the month, and click approve. The payslips will be automatically approved. And the next one, that is automatic transactions. That is, consider if you want to create an automatic transaction, that is 2% of the donation should be automatically transferred for the tax, or 2% of the income should be automatically transferred to the tax, etc. So you can set it here. Go for the option create, select the categories, that is whether it is applicant registrations, what is the percentage amount to be transferred, and what to what. Like if it is 2% to tax, you can save it. That is 2% of whatever amount is under the applicant registration will be transferred as tax, that is an expense for the institutions. And if you want to manage the assets and liabilities, that is if you want to enter different types of assets available in institutions or different liabilities for the institutions, you can use the options manage assets and manage liabilities. And next one, that is a transaction, where you can draw the transaction reports for a period of time. If you want to add any expense that was met by the institution, you can add expense. If you have to add any income that was earned by the institution, you can add income. And if you want to view the reports, go for the option reports, and go for the option display reports. And you can see view finance transaction views. You can also get a small graphical representation showing the expense and income of the institutions. If you want to see more details about the salary account, click on the salary account. You can get more details about the salary accounts. It will say like if you want to get more details about the fees accounts, you can go for the fees accounts. You can also see a graphical representation regarding the same, which shows the expense and the income for the institutions. The other option, that is compare transaction, that is if you want to compare the transaction that has happened in the institution in 2 periods, you can give the start date and end date and get the reports. That's about the features. These are the basic applications, as I said, according to the flow. First you have to go for the setting sections, then move on. If you can move on with the student admissions, human resource sessions, which is used to manage the employees exclusively, and a students. If you want to manage any users, you can use the option manage users. To publish news, go for the option new manage news. For exam management, you can use the examination modules, then create the timetables and check the attendance. And the last one, that is the finance sections, where you can manage the finance details regarding the institutions. That's about the training sections. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.